I got enemies, got a lot of enemies, got a lot of people trying to drain me.
Hi guys, welcome back.
Welcome back.
This is part 3 to where we ended up the last video. Just saying we're gonna be answering, how do you support your friend's business when you don't believe in our product or you don't want to publicly display that information? For example, I go to church, right? And I love Jesus and I promote God on my page. I'm not saying this is me, I'm just giving an example. I promote God on my page, but you have fuck you shirts. Or what's another? Just give me another example. Let's open up people's minds.
That's a good one. You have a product and your brand maybe displays profanity, so maybe they don't share a lot of your content because of the profanity, or sexual content. Sex toys being first that comes to mind. Because me personally, I probably wouldn't put sexual products on my Facebook page versus maybe my Snapchat because it's a more
private. Yeah. For me, I think this is a very hard question. I would love to get feedback from the audience because I'm very open-minded. I like to be very open-minded, and while I may not share, I guess I would let my friend educate me. Just like them, because honestly, a lot of the reasons why we don't support stuff is because we just don't know. Like, some people may not be Republicans, some people may not be Democrats because they just really don't know. So if you don't know, you don't know. So maybe start with letting your friend educate you, or searching, Googling, educating yourself about their product. Because at the end of the day, you may be like, oh, this is not what I thought it was. What's another way?
Yeah, I think that's just showing interest, like Stomp, because I haven't experienced that yet, that I'm, in a position where, actually, I have a friend that I was not as familiar with her business, so it took me a while to completely understand her business, but I still would share her business. So I think because there's so many business owners nowadays, sharing isn't enough.
No.
You got to do more. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do more to stand out. So definitely educating yourself, getting that person to educate you.
Well, you mentioned something off camera, and not to cut you off, because you mentioned this off camera, and I don't want to steal your idea, because really I'm not as smart when she is. But it's true, y'all. You mentioned referrals. So you don't believe in it. You don't do it. You don't, whatever the case may be. But you hear people talking about it. How would you bring that up? Let's say you're that person. So I don't know what example to give, because I'm so open-minded. And while I may not support all my friends' business, and that's just because they're just really not my friends, no offense. If you watch it, I never supported your business. You know what it is. Referrals. I guess politics would be a safe conversation right now, or politics would be a safe conversation as an example, because there's so many different different views. So my friend may be a Republican, or my friend may be a Democrat, and I just don't know enough, so I'm just like, no, I don't, that's not me. I'm a liberal.
And you're saying that you're not going to share that? You're not going to share that information?
No, I'm not going to share it on my page because I'm a liberal. In my mind, I'm a liberal just because I don't know enough.
You don't agree with what she's saying?
I don't agree with what she's saying.
Okay, so as a business owner, how do you accept the fact that your friend is not supporting you the way that you may want your friend to support you as the business owner? Because we talked about ways to support your business, as how to support your friend that is a business owner, but you're now the business owner, and how do you mentally prepare for friends and family that don't support you, don't believe in you?
That's a great question. It kind of just gave me chills, because I think you have to be, when you decide to get a business, you have to be extremely strong, mentally prepared. Go in with the mind.
Before, if you run off of emotion, you're in the wrong place. You're probably doing the wrong thing.
Yes, you got to be prepared. You have to be prepared, and that's where you start. You have to feed yourself. I believe you have to feed yourself, because while your friends may be supporting you, you may not know that. You may be thinking the whole world against you. So you have to feed yourself. You have to constantly do those affirmations. You constantly have to say, I own the shit. I'm doing this. Look at me. and you may not be where you want to be, but you got to remember there's no time frame on it. And while people may not support you, you're not for everybody. I think that comes from confidence, self-love, I really think confidence is really the biggest one.
I think confidence. I think mentality. I think the basis of it is going to be mentality, because if you're mentally in a mentally prepared for the worst, when you start, it's like, okay, I expected this. Yes. I expected them not to support me, because you'll realize that you may start. And you have some people that have the support right off the bat, and in the time frame that we're in now, I think it's more, people are more receptive to people starting business and whatnot. But if you have an older business, maybe 4 or 5 or 10, whatever, however many years ago, you may have parents or sisters.
Oh, I've seen that. Parents lots of times.
They'd be like, you better go to work. You know what I mean? Like, go to college, get a job, and they want you to follow that traditional path. But that's not what you want to do. That's not what makes you happy. I'm so sick of them with the fucking front door. I'm not editing that out again. They keep in and out. Y'all just gonna hear front door and get sick of that hoe.
Yes, what you were saying.
Yeah, because I feel like I experienced that in the beginning. Some of the people that I really, really wanted to believe in me. That's why I kept it to myself, really, because I didn't want to not be supported. Does that make sense? I totally
understand what you're saying.
And then now it's like people are like, oh, it's really happening. Like she been consistent with it.
I was just gonna ask you that. Do you feel like you had to show people?
Yeah, in order for you gotta show people. You gotta make people believe in you. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody's gonna believe in you.
That's
if
huge.
Every other week you're not doing it anymore, if people have to constantly remind you, oh, what happened to so and so, and then you be like, oh yeah, I gotta start back. They're not gonna believe in you.
Yeah, because that happens to me with me and my insurance business. I will have. I ain't gonna lie, it drives me crazy. People will go get insurance from somebody else, and I'm like, but I sell it, and I know insurance, so for you to go to somebody else who you don't, and honestly, I see this happen all the time.
Let me ask you this: do you get offended because people have traditionally gone to Geico and all these other places, Progressive, and gotten their or go to what's a big life insurance place that does commercials and stuff?
Mutual Omaha.
Then they go to Mutual Omaha because they constantly in their face pushing that, the commercials and the mailers and all of that stuff. Like, they're constantly seeing that stuff, and it's not the first thing for them to think, oh, Bernie does insurance.
No, I don't get offended when they do that. First of all, I'm a broker, so I can shop basically any carrier. I don't get offended when they do that. I get offended when they do it and they kind of do it behind my back. Yes, so I have that all the time, but what I do is I just build relationships with people, and we could talk about that in another video on how to build
because realistically, what you're saying, like what I'm hearing you say is basically, it's like, it gives me, you
want me to be blunt what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck the people that don't believe in you, and go get you some other people who are going to believe in you.
Right, because in our close corners, a lot of times when it comes to things that are like trusting things, like insurance, like money involved, not even like, I'm not talking about buying lashes and clothes, and this happens in those areas too, but I'm talking about like, if you're a car dealer and you find that your mom went to somebody else to buy a car,
life insurance. My mama did that. She went to her bank. I'm like, banks don't know nothing about life insurance, mommy. They invest their money in life insurance. But anyways, go ahead.
You're not gonna put her out there.
Yes, I am. I'm gonna put my mama out there because she know how I feel about it.
But I'm just saying, like, things like that are more trusting and valuable and close, things
close
that we hold to a higher standard. We usually shop outside of our culture.
We do.
Outside of our friends, outside of our friends, and we trust in other strangers to do us. When in reality, they're the people that's really gonna fuck you.
I see it happen all the time, but we're not.
They don't care about you.
Yeah.
So.
So what I'm saying is, if people are, just to wrap it up, if your friends, your family, if you feel like they're not supporting you in the beginning, they're always going to, and you experience this, they're going to come back. They're going to come around.
They'll come
because
around.
They're going to see, oh, well, everybody else is supporting her. Okay, let me just try her out. And, eventually maybe somebody will be like, okay, can you help me negotiate for a car, whatever the case may be. I see it all day, so that's the only reason why I would even. I'm not the type of person that's gonna be like, oh girl, I got to hook up, and I really
I'm
don't
gonna
know
tell you
nothing
what I
about
take
it.
offense to.
What you get?
I take offense to the fact that I don't take it to heart when people don't support me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care if because you had asked me something before about buying from somebody else. I don't care if you buy from somebody else, because I understand that, you know, I can't cater to everybody. So I don't care if you shop other places for other things. I don't care about,
My friend
you know,
will
all
be mad.
that.
I just put her on blast, but go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But I'm gonna tell you what really burns me is for somebody to come to me and ask me questions about business, and they won't flat out say, hey, can you help me with this? Or they'll try to skate around it. Like, you want to know certain things about running a business, about getting into business, about, you know what I'm saying, different details about business, but you won't flat out say that I inspire you, or that can
Because
you
they
help
really
me,
don't.
or
Maybe they're too prideful. Maybe that's another thing. They're too prideful. Maybe they just don't
but
believe
you
in
asking
you.
me anyway.
Yes.
But
Yes.
you don't believe in me, but you asking me anyway.
Yeah, and I think the only way we can, I think as business owners, the way to go about that, when people don't believe in you, people who are close to home don't believe in you, go get you some people who going to believe in you. Go get
But
those
how do you
strangers.
find those people?
Go network.
How you find those people?
Network.
Because I'm an introvert.
I
Like,
get it,
when
but
I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you meet new people when you are introverted, or when you're in a small town, when you know, you confine to a small, you know, or when you close-minded or whatever? Because like the way me and you met, not met because we had met at the event, but the way you and I started to communicate, like, I would have never.
We met at the event, or did I message you?
We met at the event.
What you meant?
We encountered at the event.
What you meant?
The one in Tampa.
Which one?
I can't remember the name of it. It was the one, Jeanette, what's her name?
Okay, I know who you're talking about. We met them.
We did. We didn't meet. We didn't meet.
Oh, I was
But
personally
you
like,
spoke up and you was like, I do insurance. Because the girl was sitting across from me and she was like, she had questions about her 401.
1K, yes, her 401K, yes. Okay, I remember
And
that,
then
yes.
you was like, hello. I know. And then you was like, and that's when you had your
shortcut,
blonde,
yeah.
your shortcut, and you was like bold and everything. I was like, okay.
I'm still bold. Just mad.
And then probably like a week later,
I messaged
you
you.
messaged me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's something we can talk about next time on how to build relationships when you're introverted. How to go out and get strangers to believe in your product.
All right, y'all. Next time.
See you guys.
Bye.